Dub! Rick and Morty is back in our universe with season 6. We've seen the first episode and it's doing a lot to build on and up from the show's ongoing mythology. And in case that wasn't enough of a clue, we talked to Justin Roiland, Dan Harmon, and some of the other people who can portal travel, and it's pretty clear the show is building up to something that might involve an old friend I can't talk about until we drop that friendly spoiler warning.
Here we go!
That's right, we'll be spoiling Rick and Morty Season 6, Episode 1. And we'll be showing you what the show's creators had to say about what we can expect next in the show. If you're not ready to face this stark reality, I suggest you take a break at everyone's favorite family fun destination, Blips and Chits. Rick and Morty Season 6 kicks off with an extremely serialized, deep canon story. When Rick told us not to get too interested in the Citadel and all the stories around it, was he speaking out of turn?
Not my cup of tea, this place.
Surprisingly, we do have an answer to that from Dan Harmon himself, but before we get into that, let's go over exactly what happened in the season premiere. Episode 1, Solarix, is a direct continuation of the Episode 5 finale in which Evil Morty destroyed the Citadel in his effort to escape the Central Finite Curve, aka the collection of universes in which Rick is essentially the apex of intelligence and has developed interdimensional travel. We have more on him from the show creators too, by the way, which I'll get to soon. Space Beth saves Rick and Morty from a space sea of dead Citadel Rick and Mortys, and Rick accidentally sends every being in their present reality to their reality of origin, sending Rick, Morty, and even Jerry to their individual starting places and leaving Summer, Beth, and Space Beth to get everyone back. Rick, as you'll remember, goes back to the universe where a character we'll call Murder Rick has murdered young Beth and Rick's wife Diane. C-137 Rick was in the process of finding him and getting revenge with the computerized version of Diane he created to haunt him so he could never know peace, doing its job.
Haunter's gonna haunt!
Yikes. Morty goes back to the universe that's been taken over by Cronenbergs from season 1 to find nearly everyone dead or Cronenberged except Jerry, who is actually doing a good job surviving. Rick picks up Morty and plans to follow Summer's beacon to return, but he takes a side quest to find and kill Murder Rick in an extremely elaborate death trap. Morty convinces him to go back and help Summer and the Beths fight interdimensional monsters. Jerry also gets picked up. Everyone agrees that it doesn't matter where they came from as long as they're together, but then Season 2 bitter divorce Jerry unleashes a monster that destroys the whole world, and they have to jump to yet another dimension and bury their own bodies in the backyard again. And Murder Rick is looking for them now.
Ow! Hey, stop it! Get away from me! No! Help!
Now that we're all caught up, let's talk about what this all means. The Citadel and Council of Ricks have been a central part of the multi-dimensional canon the show returns to again and again, and the thread isn't dead yet, even though it looks like the Citadel Ricks and Mortys are, after Evil Morty blew them up in order to escape all dimensions in which Rick dominates, leaving the Central Finite Curve where almost all of the entire show has existed. We love the story in the background of the show. We love knowing the why, the how, and the histories of the main characters, especially Rick. Rick in the show has said several times he doesn't want to talk about the episodic connected thread here and only wants to do fun one-off adventures. So with the top of this season diving into the exact opposite, where does that leave us, the audience? Are we too focused on Evil Morty, Murder Rick, the Central Finite Curve? Well, actually,
all of these universes have in common that they're universes where Rick and Rick alone developed interdimensional travel, which is saying quite a bit about a potential universe, multiverse outside there.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, are you the fans focusing too much on it? No, because it turns out that has a great deal of meaning.
The parts of the show we love and want to have plot significance seemingly will, and it seems like exploring the Central Finite Curve and beyond is definitely on the table, and possibly soon. Now that I feel like we have official permission to theorize, Evil Morty did seem to succeed in destroying the Citadel-associated Ricks and Mortys and did leave for some world without Rick's influence, but is he just going to live his life as a normal Morty? No! Of course not.
I feel comfortable saying, yes, we will see Evil Morty again. He didn't just disappear.
Will we see him again? Possibly. You know, I mean, it's not off the table. He's out there, you know, and he could be.
He's somewhere.
Who knows
yeah.
what the Here's what's scary. He could be building an army of really competent, like, Mortys.
Evil Morty has popped up in 4 out of 5 seasons thus far. With what the creators said in mind, I'll bet he pops up again probably toward the end of season 6. He represents Morty actualization and a rejection of Rick and the victimization and inherent selfishness any version of him brings. However, Evil Morty himself is also selfish, even to the point of sacrificing other Mortys who crave Rick approval in service of his own goals. Perhaps Evil Morty will evolve into an even Rickier Rick outside the curve where he'd be unrestrained by a dominant Rick force, nay, as the apex in his own right. Perhaps the purpose of Morty's subjugation is to never allow him to reach his true potential. With a show like this, the possibilities are almost literally endless. Everyone I talked to from the show said this season was about family, and didn't say no when I said like the Fast and Furious or Olive Garden. Probably not those specific references, but we'll see. According to Justin, we're going to learn a lot about Rick that doesn't change him as a character, but more how we perceive him, how he got to where he is. We've already seen him kill multiple versions of himself, be pretty much a dick to everyone, be very depressed and spiral into oblivion. He's been a secretly loving family man, a pickle. I'm not sure in what other ways we can view him, but I wonder what they could do to change how the audience or even the other characters in the show could view him.
So there was time to explain.
Don't waste extra precious seconds with your pettiness, Jerry.
And here are the Easter eggs we found in the premiere. Let's stick to references outside of the Rick and Morty multiverse because, what, are we gonna put the whole of episode 1 here? Rick does a very similar voiceover to Tony Stark at the top of Avengers Endgame. He also pretends he doesn't know who Tony Stark is.
Who is that for? Shush, shush, shush.
Summer has Wolverine claws, which she negotiated for with Rick in exchange for completing a mission for him. Spencer Grammer indicated this was just a version of Summer in our cast and crew interviews, so the claws most likely won't pop up again. Cronenberg World Jerry is a resilient soul survivor, which is weird. He attributes his strength primarily to taking cues from Eat, Pray, Love and Frank Miller's version of Batman. Rick makes a reference to Minecraft at the other Rick's hidden base. Guess he still loves it from the season 3 finale, the Rick, Chury, and Morty date. But what did you think of the season 6 premiere? Let's hear your best theories down in the comments. Anyway, thanks for watching this episode of Canon Fodder. I'm Kim Horcher, and for more Rick and Morty, here's a refresher on where Evil Morty went at the end of season 5. And don't forget to follow and subscribe to IGN wherever you like to watch.